throw me off.
3, 2, 1.
All right, what's up, guys? We got something a little different for you today. Was this today? Like, this will be over a few days, I suppose. We are on our way to Dubai and Turkey. We're going to, right now, actually, we're in the truck. We're driving to Melissa's parents, which is in Kingston, which is halfway between Toronto and Ottawa, where we live in Ottawa, and we were flying out of in Toronto. We're going to go have lunch with their parents. They're going to drop us off at the train station in Kingston. And we're going to take the train, which is like 2.5 hours to Toronto, to the Toronto airport. And then we're going to fly from there to Dubai. We have a flight tonight at 7:40 p.m., which is nice. We fly overnight. Get into Dubai like a day and a half from now's morning.
Afternoon.
Yeah, like 10, 11 a.m. Is it? Oh, 1 p.m.
1:15, I think.
Yeah. Then we're in Dubai for 4 or 5 days for the Dubai Muscle Show. I'm sure you guys have seen lots of ads and stuff for that. A lot of big names and faces going there. Chris is doing a seminar or talk of sorts. So then we're there for 4 or 5 days. 5 days. And then we fly from there to Istanbul, Turkey. And Chris and I are getting our hair done. So excited for the finished product and not excited for the process. I know it fucking sucks and the recovery kind of sucks, and sitting there for 8 hours where they pick your heads apart like monkeys is not the most enjoyable thing.
Yeah, I feel so bad that you're awake for it, you know? Because, like,
I wouldn't want to be anesthetized for that. Like,
I've had plastic surgery twice, obviously.
Yeah.
And you're almost like excited because you know you're just going to be...
Wake up and it's done.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You don't have that feeling.
Yeah, no. I mean, I'm not worried about the time more as I am the recovery, I think. And like the pain in the ass of like flying home on this long ass flight with my head all fucked up where I like can't lean back against the seat, and you know?
Yeah.
Like at least I'm very good at sitting upright like this and kind of sleeping like this. I actually find it kind of uncomfortable because of the thickness of my back to put my head back. So
well, yeah, and you don't snore at all when you sleep like that.
No, I sleep comfortably like that. So that'll be fine. But then when you get home and you can't, you know, you have to sleep with like a neck pillow so your head's not touching the pillow, and you know, wash your head 1,000,000 times a freaking week and all that kind of stuff.
I'll take care of you.
Yeah, Melissa will take care of me. So, but yeah, that's what we're doing. We're going to NOW Hairtime for the hair in Istanbul. Chris and I are going to be doing that. Dom has actually already been to this place and got his hair done there. Looks great. I mean, you guys have probably seen quite a few people go there. I think Greg Doucette went there. A couple other people that are like, you know, known in this universe. So yeah, that's what we're doing. So driving our way to Kingston now. Oops, I just drove by the gas station, didn't fill up gas.
How much do we have left?
22. There's a gas station down here somewhere, right?
Yeah, but Michaela says you have 30 miles past.
Yeah.
But yes,
that won't get us to your parents.
No, there's another gas station.
Okay, so we will see you guys, I don't know, maybe in the airport, maybe on the plane, maybe when we land, maybe all the above.
Maybe we'll show you mom and dad.
Maybe.
Your eyes look nice and blue.
Oh, thank you. It's nice gray light outside.
Yeah, you look beautiful.
Oh, thank you. You do too.
No, I don't.
Is that what you say? Like when someone says you say you too? All right, guys. So we will catch you in a bit. Yeah. Enjoy the ride.
And arriving on track number 1 momentarily will be train number 65.
We have a new reservation system, so I want to
Okay.
brainstorm.
Feel weird talking here. Okay.
64.
We're train 53.
Vlog Nation.
I always talk weird, but I just do my off, yeah?
Zinny boy. Upper decky, bro.
Yeah. All right, so we're at the train station now on our way from Kingston to Toronto. It's about a 2.5-hour train ride.
Tell them about our delicious lunch we just had.
Yeah, we just stopped at Melissa's parents at the Bumsteads and had some lasagna,
Caesar salad,
and then some cake her mom made us for our anniversary. But it's good. I usually wouldn't eat this if I was traveling, but we're going to get on a train, not drive, so it's nice I can just sleep.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're going to get on the train here, and then we will see you guys on the train on the way to Toronto. Chicken and what's that? Lasagna? Pasta? Okay?
I don't know, but you're eating it.
She just asked me what I want as my side dish, so I got pasta or chicken. So we're on the train now, on the way to Toronto. Get a little food in us. So we're gonna kick back, relax here a bit on the train. It's always nice to travel on the train. We don't have to like worry about driving and stuff. You just like put your stuff up there, relax. You can go to the bathroom if you need. so much easier, more relaxing to travel than worrying about driving and parking your car in Toronto and all that stuff. And this train takes us right to the Toronto airport, so it's super easy. So yeah, I'm gonna eat and we'll see you guys at the airport. Hello. Can you hear me?
I don't
All right,
know.
we're on the plane now in Toronto, flying to Istanbul first. I have a layover in Istanbul, and then from Istanbul to Dubai, which is ironic because we're going back to Istanbul for Chris and I to do our hair, but that happens to be where our layover is also. We're on Turkish Airlines flight. We're in the business class. It's actually very nice. Got the nice lay downs. Gonna have a nice dinner here soon, which is nice. I'm getting pretty hungry, so. But yeah, I think the flight's about, I think they said 9 hours and 10 minutes.
Yeah.
9 hours, 10 minutes, and we have a layover, and then another 4 hours to Dubai from Turkey. But yeah, it's going to be a nice flight. Get some food. I ordered the Caesar salad with a beef dish, and then a cheese plate for dessert. Got some wine. Melissa got goat cheese and beet salad.
Yum.
And then
Cod,
the fish, cod, and then the cheesecake.
obviously.
Yeah, gotta have the cheesecake. So, getting a little late dinner in us here, and then these seats are nice. They go all the way flat, so we can get a nice, good sleep in here. And I brought my, I'm throwing it back to the Arnold Classic days when I brought the Game Boy. So I got the Game Boy Color with me to play some Pokemon to kill some time. So that'll be good. Get another Pokemon game started. That'll carry me 9 hours, no problem, if I'm not able to sleep. But I feel pretty tired and think I'll be able to sleep pretty good on this flight. So yeah, get enjoy this flight. We'll catch you guys in a little bit. Maybe show you some of the dinner and see you guys in a bit.
They're feeding us at 2 in the morning.
It's 1:30. We're getting dinner service now. I guess it was turbulence at the beginning of the flight, so they couldn't serve, so they're doing it now. So Melissa was in a dead slumber with her bed reclined, so they're feeding us now. I don't know if you can see me with this light. Can you? Yeah.
Yeah.
So I got my little Caesar salad here. Melissa declined to eat. She was ready to sleep, so she's gonna go back to bed. I got my Caesar salad here now, and then they'll start bringing us the food. So it's cute. I don't know if you can see with the light. They got this cute little candle. So yeah, I'm actually pretty hungry, so I'm excited to eat. So. Hello people, we're now in Istanbul airport. This is, for anyone that's been here knows, this is one of the coolest, biggest airports I've been in. Maybe not biggest, but definitely one of the coolest. We're in the Turkish Airlines business lounge now, which is definitely the nicest business lounge I've ever been in. It's huge, tons of food. I mean, ridiculous amounts of food. I mean, anything you could want to eat in here, they have drinks, everything. It's really, really nice. So we're just sitting down, having a cappuccino now. Got a bunch of water in us because we're on like a weird time now. When we woke up this morning, it was 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So it's like, it's a little strange right now. So we're like waking up and just like hydrating and getting coffee and stuff, but it's 3 p.m. so it's weird. But it's funny already here, you're in the airport in Istanbul in Turkey, and you see all the guys with their heads all bandaged up coming from fresh from their hair transplant. So it's definitely something that's commonplace here for sure. So, but yeah, we got a couple hour layover here. I think it's almost 4 o'clock now, right? It's 4 p.m. here now. Our next flight takes off at 7:40, I think. So we have a couple hours. We're gonna hang out here in the business lounge, get some coffee and some water in us. I'll probably eat something that had some good, like, buffet kind of style where you can pick like chicken and rice and some good vegetables and stuff. So I'll get some, make myself not feel like a swollen bag of shit after that.
Very healthy food.
Yeah, and all yesterday too, I was just eating like the plain food and pasta and like lasagna and shit. So it would be nice to get like a good meal in me. So we're gonna hang out here for a bit, get that in, and we will catch you guys in a bit. Alright guys, what's up? I feel like a real vlogger here holding this camera looking at myself. So we finally got into Dubai. We landed about 2 a.m. Dubai time. It was like 4 p.m. or something our time, so like our schedules are all whacked out, but travels all went very, very smooth. We weren't paying attention to the time. We were like shopping in Istanbul airport, and we like looked down, our boarding time was 20 minutes past, so we're like, oh shit, so we started running to the gate, but luckily when they got there, they were still boarding, so we weren't too bad. Made the flight okay, had a good flight from Istanbul to Dubai. Istanbul airport's super crazy, awesome, beautiful airport, lots of good food, lots of good shopping in there. We were flying business, so we were lucky we got to go in the business lounge, which was incredible. Ate some good food, had some good coffee, relaxed in there for a little bit, and then we got our flight here to Dubai. So now because we landed so late, late, whatever way you want to look at it, Chris and Dom and all them and Sammy land today, I suppose, at 1:30 in the afternoon. So we have about, I think it's 3 something now, so we have like 8 hours or so until they all get here. So we just found a hotel near the airport called the Millennium, just something that was really close to the airport and had rooms available. It's actually pretty nice here. You can see, this is like the living room. And then the bedroom's on the other side there. Melissa's in bed. So we're gonna stay here, get a little bit of sleep. Hopefully we're not like overly tired. We both slept on the last flight, which might have been a mistake. But with those nice like lay down seats, it's hard not to, especially when it's like they shut off all the lights and it is nighttime where you are, so you feel compelled to sleep. So, but we're gonna put on a movie here, relax for a little bit, get some sleep, and we'll be up in the morning. Checkout here is at noon, which works pretty good. We'll get out of here, probably get some food. We need to get some adapters for the plugs, because obviously they're different here. So we can charge all our stuff. Our phones are both dead. Luckily Melissa had her iPad, so I just have my phone plugged into the iPad, so at least we have communication to Chris and all them when they do land. So what we'll probably do is just take the shuttle back to the airport from here, and meet them when they land at 1:30, and then we can go with them to where our final destination, wherever we're all staying together, is. And then we're gonna do the Dubai Muscle Show and all that this weekend, but that's enough for today. We'll show you guys all that in the rest of the video, what we're doing the rest of the weekend. But yeah, made it to Dubai safe and sound, and we'll catch you guys later. All right, what's up people? Good morning from Dubai. Well, it's not really morning, it's like 1 o'clock in the afternoon.
Feels like morning.
Feels like morning for us. So we're just at the hotel that we checked in at last night to crash until everybody else gets here. They all just landed at about 1 o'clock. So we're going to meet with them at the hotel we're staying at, which is a very awesome hotel. I'll wait and show you guys that kind of as we're pulling up. I think Chris is getting stem cells today. He's a bit of a party pooper. We all want to go do fun stuff. Chris is going to go get his shit shut up, but that's okay. We're going to go meet everyone else at the hotel, and see what we're doing. At least get our suitcases off us and into our rooms, then we can kind of go with the flow of the day after that. I don't think we have anything planned in terms of work obligations of any sort today or tomorrow. I think just the expo on Saturday, and that kind of stuff. So we're just gonna get some coffee down in the lobby and get in an Uber, head over to the other hotel. I think it's about 40 minutes from here. And then yeah, take you guys along for the ride. Is that your little intro, like pan in?
It is so beautiful here.
What is up, guys? We are here, finally. Long trip, but it was worth I would have traveled twice as long to get where we are now. I got to give a big kudos to Dom. He hooked it the fuck up on this one. This is hands down the nicest resort I've ever been to in my life. We are at the Royal Atlantis in Dubai, one of the newer, nicer, hot resorts here in Dubai right now on the Palm Island. It's ridiculous. I mean, I can't even describe where we're at right now, and the weather is like perfect right now. It's not too hot. It's like, I don't know, maybe what, 28, 30 degrees Celsius?
Yeah.
But like not super humid, a little breeze. And it's a bit out of season, so the resort's not like crazy busy or anything. It's amazing. So we got here a little before everyone because we arrived last night. So then when they landed, they told us where we were staying. So we took the Uber over here. We got here and checked in. Dom had it set up so we had like the VIP service, check-in, everything. Our room is beautiful, overlooking the ocean and the city and the beach and everything here at the resort. It is incredible. We hadn't eaten yet today, so we just found a spot that was serving some food. It was kind of in a weird time right now because it's like 3:30 p.m. here, Dubai time. So it's kind of between lunch and dinner.
It's perfect though because dinner's at 8:30.
Yeah, we have a dinner at 8:30
A late dinner.
at a sushi spot that Dom booked. At a sushi spot that's just down the road. He said it's not at the resort, but I'm really looking forward to that and to seeing everybody. It's been a while since Melissa has seen any of these people.
I haven't seen Dom and Sammy in over a year.
It's been a long time, so it'll be great to see everybody. But we found this little spot. It's kind of like a little cafe spot. Had some cool stuff, so I ordered some food, like an American hot dog. It was like a sausage with like cheese and all that good stuff on it. And then a chicken dish just to balance it out, so I at least feel like I'm getting some protein in me, you know. So yeah, we're gonna get some food in, then we're gonna wander around a bit. We both forgot our sunglasses, so we're gonna find somewhere to buy some sunglasses. We'll go check out the beach and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, this place is incredible. So I can't thank Dom enough for this. You know, this was all on Dom's dime or whoever's dime.
Well, Dom, Christopher, and Matt, and Gina.
The guys at Raw and Revive or whatever hooked this up really nice. So made this a cool experience for everybody. So I'm super grateful for that. So we're just gonna soak in this afternoon, enjoy some food, enjoy the beautiful weather. She passes me the phone here. I'll just give you guys a quick kind of look at what I can see here. So we got the resort here. We're in the restaurant. So yeah, gonna get some food, and we really don't have anything planned, I think, until tomorrow, Saturday. Today's Thursday at 3:30. I really have no idea what we're doing. We're just along for the ride, grateful and just willing to do whatever everybody's got planned. But yeah, I could ramble forever here about this place, so this is really cool. But we will take you guys along for the ride, and we'll see you later. See me okay? I can't see anything. All right, what's up, guys? We are here for day 2 in Dubai. As you can see, it's a beautiful day here in Dubai. Last night, what did I show yesterday?
Can't remember.
Just like in the morning and stuff when we were coming over here. We got to the hotel, met with Dom. Didn't really do a whole lot yesterday. Went and had dinner late at night. Left the camera behind for that. Just enjoyed the company with Dom and Chris and John West. Then today we woke up. Went and had some breakfast with Dom and Chris, and now Melissa and I are going to do some jet skiing, so we're excited to do that. Rented a couple jet skis. We're on the Palm Island here. I'm sure people have seen that picture of like that man-made kind of palm tree shaped island. So we're right at the end of it, so I guess they take you on a boat because you're not allowed to jet ski within the waters of the palm, and they just take you out onto the other side to the ocean side with the jet skis. So we're gonna go out there, do a couple minutes, do a little bit on the jet skis. We got a little workout in this morning, which was nice. You know, just after you've like sat and ate shit and had a couple drinks the last couple days, it was nice to get a sweat this morning. They had a really good buffet this morning for breakfast. But yeah, that's about it. Just want to keep everyone updated what we're doing today. But yeah, let's go enjoy some jet skis. What's up, guys? We are here. We just landed in Istanbul, Turkey. Spent a few days in Dubai with the Dubai Muscle Show. That was a lot of fun. Did some fun stuff there, ate some good food, spent some great time with Dom and Chris and all the other people from Raw. It was a lot of fun. Now we flew from Dubai to Istanbul this morning. I don't know if we actually flew to Istanbul. It's not the same airport that we flew as our layover in, but it's wherever the airport is that's closest to NOW Hairtime, which is the place that's going to be doing Chris and mine and another guy, Ike, and one other guy. What's his name?
I think he's just here for business. I don't know if he's getting his hair done.
So maybe he's not here for doing his hair. So the three of us are doing our hair. Dom has already been here and done his hair before. He came last year on Mother's Day, I believe it was. So now Chris, me, and Ike are going to get ours done. But we just landed in here. We got to the hotel. This is called the Movenpick, I think it was called.
Yeah.
But I'll put the video in here showing you guys the room we have here. This presidential suite is pretty awesome, pretty cool. One of the nicer hotel rooms I've definitely been in. So huge thanks, obviously, NOW Hairtime to hooking us up with the flights, you know, and the hotel and everything. Their hospitality is very, very high class. So we appreciate everything on their end. But we just landed here. We're gonna relax for a bit. I think it's like 3 p.m. We have till 4:30 till everyone kind of meets, and we're gonna go on a little boat tour, probably get some food, do all that kind of stuff. So yeah, today is Monday. I think we do go to the hospital today and do some blood work, do an EKG, just make sure we're not gonna die if we get our hair done, making sure we're healthy enough to do everything like that. And then from there, tomorrow is the day we actually do the procedure. So that's when they'll, you know, kind of look at our hair, draw on the line of everything that they want to do, shave our heads, do the procedure, all that kind of stuff will be all tomorrow. We'll obviously take you along for as much of that as we can with Melissa. Obviously, I don't know if you'll be able to watch any of the actual procedure. I'm not really sure. But yeah, that's about it. Here in Istanbul, beautiful. It's nice. It's a lot cooler than Dubai, that's for sure. Dubai was like, you know, the 80s, 90s, high 80s, 90s, you know, like 25, 30 Celsius. Here it's like, I don't know what, 8 Celsius right now?
I think it's 6.
6 Celsius, so I mean, whatever that is in Fahrenheit.
Also, it's your birthday.
It is my birthday today. Turned 33 today, so it's nice to have this awesome room and spend.
We're going on a boat ride.
We're going on a boat ride. That's my birthday present, a night boat tour. So, but yeah, no, this is fun. You know, it's fun to travel and do all this kind of stuff, see some new places, and you know, it's nice to be somewhere different for your birthday. So, looking forward to the trip. Not looking forward to the procedure. I'll say that. But I'm looking forward to the outcome of the procedure. But yeah, that's about it for now. We'll catch you guys later, see what we're doing later on this evening, and we'll see you there. All right, what's up, guys? How we looking? Looking fresh here? So we are back in Canada. We are about just under 2 weeks post hair transplant surgery. Things are healing up very, very nicely. Very happy with how things are looking right now. All the scabs are off and feels a lot more normal. Just feels like I have a shaved head now. A lot easier for sleeping and showering and all that kind of stuff. But before we tell you too much about where we're at in the healing process, I want to tell you guys all about the procedure. You know, kind of how it was from when we arrived in Istanbul and kind of what the next few days looked like. So we flew in from Dubai to Istanbul on, I believe, the 28th of November, 27th. The NOW Hair team picked us up from the airport in an awesome Sprinter van, kind of took us wherever we wanted to go. But first we went to the hotel, dropped all our bags, and then they took us to the clinic where we did some blood work and an EKG. In the blood work, they were really just looking for, obviously more like communicable diseases, as there was going to be bleeding in the process that they were going to have their hands on. You just want to make sure that they're safe and protected from all that kind of stuff. You know, so checking for like hepatitis or whatever they're looking for. There was also a few other markers. I think they were just looking for like kidney function, some things that, you know, might make the recovery process harder. So they were obviously looking for a few things there, which were all good. And then the EKG, obviously, I'm not sure exactly what they're looking for there. It's not like we were being put under general anesthetic. It was just local anesthetic. But there might be some contraindications there with, you know, if you had like a, you know, a murmur or some kind of crazy things going on in your heart, electrical activity that they were looking for. So, but for all of us, everything was okay there. So that was all we did on the first day. Then they took us to an awesome dinner at this palace in Istanbul, which I think I have a few clips of. But the place was super cool. The team was awesome, super accommodating. They had translators with us at all times. And they were great. I mean, the dinner was awesome. The food in Turkey is amazing. So we enjoyed a nice dinner at the palace. They took us a nice tour there. Then we went back to the hotel. The next day was the day of the procedure. So we went to the clinic in the morning, and that's when they did the drawing of the hairline. Well, first, actually, they looked at our hair under these kind of cool camera things, but looking at the donor areas. So they were really looking at the quality of the hair for the donors. So they're looking, and I always thought that when you were doing, you know, one follicle meant one hair. Obviously, I just hadn't really thought about it. But, you know, you could have one follicle with 2, 3, 4 hairs coming out of it. So they're obviously looking at the density of the donor areas and the donor grafts. So, you know, obviously if you have more triples and doubles and, you know, those kind of grafts, those are going to be better than if you just have all singles and the hair's thinner. It's going to be obviously harder to take some out of there without causing some serious, you know, loss in the side and back areas in the donor areas. So, and obviously you won't get as dense of a look in the transplanted areas. So they were looking at that. And all of us were pretty good. Ike was definitely the best. I mean, he had, you know, all triples and quadruples and like crazy density there, which is interesting because he actually had the least hair on top of all of us. And then from there, they took us to the room where they drew on our hairline. So they had guys that literally, this is what they do. They spent a lot of time being very intricate with, you know, the symmetry and everything of your hairline, making sure it looks as natural as possible for you. So that process took about, I don't know, maybe an hour or two. Then we went through the process of shaving our head, and then they re-looked at the hairline after that. Once there was no hair, make sure everything looked good and kind of touched up any bits of the drawing on of the hairline that they wanted to do. They also marked out all our donor areas. So when we left there, we had a shaved head with 16 friggin' different lines and circles and stuff all over our head. But that took a good chunk of the morning. Then from there, we went over to the hospital, I suppose, where they performed the actual procedure. And like I said, the whole time they had translators with us, you know, so if some of the doctors or nurses didn't speak English, they were with us through the entire procedure, telling us what they were going to do. So you're never in the dark, or, you know, they really made you feel as comfortable as possible through the entire procedure, which was great. You know, when you know you're going into a procedure that's long, you know, you want to kind of know where you're at in the process. So it was nice to have them along the whole time. So then we went to the hospital, then they got right into it. So they put us down. The first bit of the process was applying the local anesthetic, numbing the donor area, because obviously they're going to remove the donor hairs first, which I'll say of the entire process is the only part that is uncomfortable. It's quite painful. Obviously the skin on your head is very thin, and they're putting like horizontally kind of needles into your head to numb that whole area. It takes only about 2 or 3 minutes, but like, I'll be honest, it's like a solid like 8, 9 out of 10 pain. It's definitely not pleasant, but it's quick. It's over with. Your head feels like a cinder block. You can't feel anything after that. And then the process from there is about 2 to 3 hours of them removing all the donor grafts. So that's where they're literally just drilling little holes and then removing all the donors. And then they have some nurses that are laying them all out on trays and kind of organizing them by singles, doubles, triples, quadruples, whatever they are in terms of the graft type. So then you finish the donor removal. Then they flip you over. Then once again, they have to do the local anesthetic at the front and top of your head, which is a little quicker than doing it on the donor area because it's more space kind of on the sides and back. They're doing a few on the top and front. Once again, it is painful, but it's very quick. And then your head is so numb, you literally can't feel anything. And then they get into the actual transplantation process. So that is the long haul part of the process. So I think my total surgery was about 7 hours. We'll say 2.5 to do the removal of the donors, and then another 4.5, 5 to do the actual transplantation process. So they started at the front where I had 2,800 grafts. using what's called the FUE sapphire method, where to my knowledge, they're literally using like a little sapphire tipped knife and making these little incision holes, and then they're literally taking like tweezers and implanting all the grafts and hairs. And they obviously do it kind of on a gradient to make the hairline look as natural as possible, with the density matching the density of your real hair, using, you know, singles versus doubles, triples, quadruple grafts, whatever it is, in certain areas where it makes sense. Obviously, you don't want like crazy dense hair here where it's kind of more of a gradient versus you want some more density at the front. So they do their best to match that. So that is using the FUE sapphire method, which is one of the more popular methods, I believe, for modern hair transplants versus doing like the strips that they used to do, you know, where you'd see guys with like scars on the side of their head. So that's what they did for the front of the hair. That took about maybe 3 hours, 2.5, 3 hours. Like I said, no pain, no discomfort at all. You know, you really can't feel anything. Like your head feels like a brick, so you really can't feel much. But you are awake for the entire process, so it is a bit long, but you know, I actually fell asleep quite a few times, especially once you flip over after they've done, because when you're doing the donor spots, removing the donors, you're laying face down, which is a little more uncomfortable, and they have you on kind of your side of your face and stuff. It's not super comfortable. Once you're over on your back, you can relax, you really don't feel anything, and I fell asleep quite a few times. So they did the front first, 2,800 grafts there. But when I say 2,800 grafts, like I said, a graft could be 2, 3, 4 hairs. So even though it's 2,800 grafts, that might be two times that, maybe more, you know, so it might be 5,000 hairs or whatever it is. So when they finished up with the front area, then we went back to my crown. There they were using the DHI method. So it's a different method that they usually use in areas where there's already existing hair, versus here they're creating hairline and filling in areas where there isn't anything. In my crown, there was obviously some hair. It was very, very sparse. If anyone's seen me in person, that was really where I had the bulk of my hair loss, was in the crown. And they use a DHI method there, which is really what they use for kind of densifying areas. So it's almost like a retractable injector pen, and they had 2 or 3 nurses loading them, and then the doctor literally just grabbing them, and almost like a stapler, like a staple gun, just like kind of chung, 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 to fill in that area in my crown. So it's literally just like ching, 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 ching. They're loading with the hairs. He's just firing them in to fill in that area there. So I got 1,200 grafts in the back to really densify that area. And then after that, they really just kind of clean your head up, put all the bandaging on, and you go home. So it was pretty simple there. Took about 7 hours, as I said. The first night, I didn't find an issue with it, but I'm sure a lot of people would. You have to sleep using like one of those airplane neck pillows, and sleep kind of like on a 45, and you can't have the back of your head or anything like touching really. They want to keep as much pressure off it as you can, so you're sleeping with a neck pillow kind of on a 45. I was pretty tired, so I slept fine. I actually slept better that first night than I did the second or third nights. But then so you sleep that first night, then you go back to the clinic the second night. They remove all the bandages, give your head a good wash, kind of wash off all those crusty, hard scabs and the dry blood that has accumulated overnight, wash all the donor areas, wash the top. And then they apply, no, that's all we did that day. Washed up everything good, and then you were kind of good for that day. Then we went back on the next day, on the second day after the surgery. So what they classify as day 3, they do classify the first day, the day of the surgery, as day 1 in the process. So if you're on day 10, that would be day 1 is the day of the surgery, 2, 3. So then we went back the third day, and they showed us kind of the process that we would be doing for the next 7, 8 days, whatever it is, up till day 10 when the scabs are removed. So that is a process of using this foam that we soaked on the area. You kind of just put it on your hand, and you kind of just are patting it on. You're not rubbing it on or touching the areas at all. And then you let that kind of dissolve on the area for 15 minutes. And then you're rinsing that off, and then you're doing the shampoo, which you're like creating a big lather with the specific shampoo they have. Same thing, kind of patting it on very gently, leaving that on for 2 or 3 minutes, and then rinsing that off. And the rinsing off you're using with like a cooler water, very low pressure. You're not getting in your shower with like, you know, high pressure shower head or anything. I was doing it in my sink and just like turning it really low, kind of with like cool to lukewarm water. So that is kind of the process we followed up until day 10. Day 10 was the day that we then removed all the scabs, which I think I have some pictures of. I don't know if I videoed it, but I have some pictures of me actually removing the scabs. So what they do for that day is you soak all the scabs with that foam for 15 minutes, 3 times. So like let it absorb, put it again, let it absorb, put it again. And what you're doing is just really trying to soften the scabs, and they get from like kind of that red color to like almost like a yellowy white when they get really soft. And then we were literally just taking a gauze pad and kind of circular motion, kind of rubbing them, and they literally just like flaked off like really bad dandruff. And then you were left with like that, like hair. So this is literally just hair, which is underneath there. Mine stuck really well. I didn't have really any significant loss in the process. You know, no spots or bald spots or spots where I lost any grafts. So very happy with that. Same in the back. So now the process going forward is pretty simple. After day 10 and the scabs are off, you can kind of go back to relatively normal life. You're sleeping without the neck pillow. Sleeping flat is fine on your front, side, back, whatever. Showering normal. I'm still trying to avoid like super high pressure water on it. I do have a pretty high pressure shower head, so I'll wash my body normally, and then when I get to showering my head, I'll turn the pressure down a little bit and turn the temperature down a little bit, kind of get my head shampooed or whatever the process is now for the shampoo, and then rinse it, like I said, with the lower pressure water. So that's the kind of the process I'm following for the next little while, shampooing every day with the special shampoo they gave us. In terms of exercise, they recommended 4 weeks for high, like strenuous exercise where you're really jacking your blood pressure up, 2 weeks to get back to doing some cardio. Now this is, you hear mixed opinions on this. Really what I think the biggest thing that they're trying to avoid here, it's not that you're going to ruin the grafts or the transplant in any way, I think. Those are kind of rooted at this point. But I think you're just at somewhat of an increased risk of infection by sweating and opening those pores before everything is like 120% healed. So I think the risk is very, very low of infection, but it's still there. So obviously to cover their end, they're telling you to not exercise strenuously for 4 weeks and cardio for 2, etc. So I'll probably get back to doing some light exercise and cardio and all that kind of stuff very, very soon. But that is after that, and after the month, you're really back to normal life. Excuse me. And then what happens from there is over the next few months, the hair will grow, then it'll go through a shedding phase where it'll kind of all start to fall out on you. And then once it starts to grow again, after that, that is really what's permanent and what's staying after that. So they say 10 months to get your full result, but I've talked to lots of guys that said by month 4 or 5, they were really having their hair grow in that was all kind of matching in density and in length and start to grow from there. So I expect by month 5, 6, I'll start to have like a shaved head look or maybe a little longer, a full matching hair. So very excited to see the process and the outcome of this. You know, like I was very bald in the back, so you know, I'm excited to see how much we actually get back there in terms of density, because I know they do say obviously the success rate of these kind of areas using the FUE method, where at the front where your skin's a little thicker and there's a little better blood supply, is a better result. I think they say between 70 and 80% of the graft stick, where in your crown where the skin is a little thinner, less blood supply, which is also one of the reasons why you start to lose hair there more, is about 50 to 60%. So excited to see how much we get there. But yeah, very happy with the process, guys. You know, Now Hairtime was awesome. I could not recommend them enough. And I'm not getting paid to say this or anything. I'm not getting any kickbacks if you guys go there, go wherever you like. But I have been there, and I know other people that have been there, and I can speak, you know, firsthand that they are 100% first class with their procedure and how they treat you, and kind of, you know, making you feel as comfortable and safe as possible in the entire process. You know, and they are very much so want you to get the absolute best result possible. They are trying to be the best hair transplant place in Turkey, where, you know, which is a place now where medical tourism and hair transplants and teeth and you know, all that kind of aesthetic stuff is huge right now. So they are very, very determined to get the best results for their clients, because they do want to be the top dog. So can't recommend them enough. Malik and their team was awesome. You know, if I ever need to go back to get more touch up, I'm 100% going back there. You know, I wouldn't even think about going to another place. So yeah, that's where we're at now. I think that's basically it. What else did we do there? But yeah, I will say, you know, during the process, you know, day 3, 4, 5, 6, because they do actually inject a lot of water in your head to create some space between the scalp and the skull. It's a mix of like saline and epinephrine. They're using epinephrine because it, you know, as a stimulant like that, it's gonna lower your affinity to bleed, kind of like, you know, like taking caffeine, kind of like a vasoconstrictor, so you won't get as much bleeding during it. But with putting 400 mils of water fluid in your head, that eventually does go somewhere. So I'll put some pictures in here. I did look pretty crazy for a few days. That fluid all kind of sinks into your face. So I had some days where I looked like an absolute caveman. I'll put the pictures in here. And it was like the worst of it when I was flying home. Which is not too bad when you're in Turkey, because like there it's a very normal thing to see. But once I got back to Toronto, you're walking around the airport or stuff like that, people look at you real fucking funny. So that was definitely an experience, walking back with my scabbed head and my face just like looking blown up like a balloon. So they do obviously recommend those first few days when that fluid is there to try and avoid looking down too much, like using your phone or like keeping your head down, because obviously gravity is going to pull that into your face. If you can keep your kind of head up and back as much as you can. I adhere to it the best, I thought, but I'm obviously using my phone or like playing video games on my thing during travel probably more than I should have. And I definitely had the worst swelling between me, Chris, and Ike, the three of us that went, or Dom, who I know went last year. So it's not going to affect in terms of the healing process at all. It's just you look like a fucking weirdo for a couple days. But the swelling went away by probably like day 6, 7. But most of it I actually had like sit in the bridge of my like nose and eyes, and it was kind of like drooping into my eyes. And it looked pretty crazy for a few days. Like I had like a terrible reaction, like allergic reaction to something, like I got stung by something. So it was pretty funny. But once that cleared up, everything feels fine now. You know, the itch for a few days, I'll say, was definitely pretty bad. But after that, we're good to go. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video and found it insightful. You know, if you're someone that's been thinking about doing one of these procedures, I hope that our transparency in this, because I know a lot of people kind of like to like duck and, you know, hide away when they do these kind of things out of like some level of embarrassment. You know, I've talked about my hair loss a million times on the podcast or on, you know, Instagram, making jokes about it. So, you know, I hope that if you're someone that's been looking to do this, this was helpful to you, kind of telling you the process and the procedure. So yeah, if you're interested, reach out to NOW Hairtime on Instagram or anything like that. They can kind of give you a quote in terms of, you know, how many grafts you would need and what the cost would be. I can't really say, you know, what it would cost for anybody, because, you know, I know people that have got 1,200 grafts and all they needed, and then someone like Ike got 5,500 grafts. The price is obviously going to be pretty different there. So just reach out to them. You know, you can send them pictures and they kind of tell you everything, and give you a more accurate quote on that. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and we'll check back every now and then to see how things are healing up here with my ridiculous hairline here. So thanks, guys. We'll catch you later.